the new music, which is a Canadian TV show, 7980, and they did it at his house in LA in 7980. And he talked like that back then, you know. Oh, Junkie Full of Bourbon. My favorite song of this cat. Check it out.
Alright, we live, my guy. So,
are we on now?
Yeah, we live, so we can go on whenever we guys get ready.
Alright, well shoot, let's do it. I'll close the door.
Okay. Are we live now?
We are live, my friend.
Ohio.
Peace.
Shit.
I don't know. I'm in the... Yeah.
Are you in frame?
I'm frame-like.
Okay.
I'll go back and edit this later. Matter of fact, let me record this on the... Start recording. Bam. Yeah. Oh, there I go.
Hold on, let me go ahead and press record on my little joint here. Okay, I need some...
Check.
Yeah.
Check.
Let me see here. Can I get some more microphone checks?
Check.
And so much check it hurts.
Balls.
All right. Hey, I got it labeled right already. The inputs are fine. I hear noise.
What's that? I think that was me.
I've got noise.
About to kick these
Where
balls
is that?
on you.
You kick those one.
Where is that noise coming from? You guys hear that, right?
No.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. That's not just the noise floor. That's some type of interference.
Yeah.
Check here. All right. I still hear that. Just slightly.
I mean, you can roll off.
Yeah. Hold on. I mean, let me just put on some music for us. Musical bed background here. Are we live? You guys can
We are
introduce.
live.
Okay.
Say hi to the people.
Hello to the people. Peace. Universal greetings to all of you. I'm gonna put
Dj
on
L-Spade. We're hanging out with the homie Mega from the Tokyo Podcast Mega Late Show. Please go check it out. We're gonna get into some topics. We're actually filming him do his show, so
That's
it's like a vendor loop going on right now.
Right. Yeah, actually, let me just go ahead and bring us into it then. Shoot, I'll put this music on. And I've got some notes here for things that I need to talk about in orderly fashion. So
I just,
there we
my
go.
headphones, where's the monitor? Turn it down a bit?
You need to come down some?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. How you feel?
That's better, that's good. Yeah.
Much better?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, peace. Welcome back to the Mega Late Show, Tokyo Hip Hop Art and Culture. This is episode number 134, and I am the host, Mega. Greetings to everybody. We're doing a bit of a kind of like simulcast type of thing here. We're doing a live recording with my guests, but I'm also recording as well, so thank you for tuning in. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and remind you guys to go check out the episode that we did last week with two of the MCs and artists from Soulgasa Music Collective. They are a rising star in the Japanese music community, Wes Atlas and Tommy Crane. Also, I have my guy A Valley on there, so check that out, man. Really interesting, great music. And I also want to let you guys know that right now all of the beats in the background are provided to you by one of our favorite Tokyo-based producers and legend within the scene, Pigeon Dust. So yeah, let me see. I'm gonna actually go ahead and change to another one of his songs right now to put us into an entirely different vibe here. What do you guys think about... Here we go. A little bit of a drum beat. And my guest today, you will recognize L-Spade from a previous episode that we had. I forget the number of it. Do you remember?
Oh, man, it was up there. Yeah, I think 29.
Well, 129? I feel like I should at least clarify that. But that was just like a few weeks ago.
It was.
All right, so I enjoyed the episode, but it was one of those episodes, and I knew it was going to happen. I'm going to try not to make it happen this time, because when I get around people who are comfortable talking and have a lot to say, it tends to just go off the rails. So we jumped around for like a variety of topics. I recall Afro-pessimism in there.
Yeah, I learned a new word that day.
Yeah. I try to introduce at least one new word every podcast. I never have the intention of doing that, but it just sometimes happens. Like,
I've used that though. Seriously, I was like,
Yeah.
Are you an Afro-pessimist?
Man, don't read that. Like, man, like it's a whole can of worms.
I used that on the Yamanote line coming here.
Afro pessimism.
Oh yeah, it's common.
I mean, yeah.
You talk, old white guys from Toronto. That's a common currency.
Yeah. Episode 130 is the episode that you're on.
130.
So yeah, with our guy Lex Caliber.
Lex Cal.
Yeah, check the IMDb. But we're here today, and we're within a focus on discussing your YouTube channel and the type of content that both of you put out. How about I let you guys introduce yourselves and tell me about the channel?
You know what? I feel like I talked too much the last podcast, so I'm going to introduce my co-host, friend, cohort, Uncle Stash. Uncle Stash, please tell these guys what we do, because you have the buttery smooth voice, like you just swallowed a tub of butter.
Yeah, buttery smooth. We have a channel. We have eclectic interests. We started off doing some sort of a reaction style to music. We have since transitioned to other things, commentary, podcasting, and where to find good chicken wings. We're eclectic, if nothing else.
Yeah, so Tokyo Stash and Spade was just generally an idea that Uncle Stash came up with at our friend's Christmas party, actually. It'd be like, we're 2 years in now, aren't we?
Well, yeah, the idea is 2 years old.
Yeah.
The podcast, or rather the show, is about a year and a half.
Yeah, so like about 2 years ago, he comes to me at a Christmas party. Well, first he texts me at a Christmas party. Before we're going to a Christmas party, he says, hey, what's that? Hey, DJ L-Spade, I got something that's going to change your life. I'm like, the hell? Change my life? I literally texted me that. I'm going to change
reparations.
My life. Yeah, man, I thought it was. I'm like, man, I'm going to get this, buddy. So I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like, well, you know what I'm telling me? He's like, no, I'll tell you at the Christmas party. But life changing. So I get to the Christmas party. He's like, reaction videos. I'm like, what? Reaction videos? He's like, yes. This is going to change our lives. I'm like, dude, how is this going to change our life? He's like, well, look, I've been going down a rabbit hole of YouTube watching reaction videos, and it's usually 2 black guys, 2 white guys, 2 women, 2 men, but now we're going to do black and white, and we're going to be honest about our reactions. I was like, oh, okay, sure. I guess we can.
A lot of enthusiasm there at first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the reaction genre, to be honest. But
I think it's a bit weird.
Well, you a few months back, DJ L-Spade hit me to a certain thing that other reactors do, and now that I've noticed it, I can't not notice it. And it's this orgasmic explosion. Look at their title cards. It's like this masturbatory thing. Holy, this song, it made me want to play with myself. My whole life has changed. But it's not one song. It's every single song from every single reactor. And what's happened with us is, if I like a song, hey man, I'll like that song. But if I don't like the song, dude, I don't like the song. And that's what I expect Lord Spade's the same way. They expect some black guy to revel in their music, and if he doesn't do it, well, you're just a hater. Well, what? No, I want honesty.
I don't know if that's like... and the people that go to reaction videos, and the people especially going to reaction videos because they're fans of the artist that's being reacted to, I don't know if they're critical about the art as much as they are just fanatics about the music. So that component of being critical about the art is just removed. They're the type of people that are like, yo, who's the objectively, who do you think the best rapper is, or the best band? And they'll say their band despite like having any real objective criteria for it. So it's a weird thing.
It's a weird thing, but I think reaction videos should be called good reaction videos, because that's the default what everybody wants. And I also tell Uncle Stash, I go in there knowing that, look, you're going to shoot at me. If I'm shitting on this band that was like pivotal to your upbringing and you love it, I know you're going to shoot at me, and I'm ready for it. However, what I always do, if the reaction is negative, I always give a reason why. Like, I'm never going to say, hey man, this was shit, and then you say, hey, yo, L-Spade, why was it shit? Because I said so. It's never going to be that. I'm going to try to give a detailed reason why I don't like it. And, you know, the dynamics is weird.
Well, I've watched several of your so-called reaction videos. Mostly they don't seem like reaction videos in the same way.
Thank you.
It seems like, here's 2 friends, and this is what we do on the podcast too. We used to have a segment called Dope or Not Dope. We would share music. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are the reasons why? And so what I see is kind of this, and just based upon like your life experiences, who you are, it's an interesting dichotomy that you guys have. It's almost like a lot of times it's like good cop, bad cop. It's like or it's like not to call you guys cops, or whatever, but it is like a buddy cop type of stuff you guys have. It's a Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder type of what I mean combination that I think is intriguing.
Yo, I'll take that, man. That's dope.
Yeah,
I'll take that. That's what we want.
I really I started off with the reaction videos, and I clicked on the ones like, I know this song, by Pizzicato, or I know the Wu-Tang, and I got some information about Van Halen, but I found it pretty damn interesting, and I'd like to get into more about like what you guys have learned and how your taste has changed in your relationship, because I'm sure it happens.
It has.
But like let's get more into like your background. So we learned a little bit about where you're from, Spade, but what about you, Stash? Where you come from?
Well, I'm from Toronto. I lived in Japan for about 15 years. Let me swallow this microphone in my buttery sound.
Well, like, I'll tell you what, if I point at the mic, then that means just kind of reconnect a little bit more.
That's cool. Which is ironic in that I was a radio announcer for years. But
I didn't have to hold the mic?
No, I was in front of you. AM 1430. Anyway. I was working at IBM, making some good cash, about 15 years ago. And I just had enough. It wasn't the money. I'd broken up with a woman, had a decent place in Toronto. Everything was peachy. And I just thought, something? My old man died at 55 of cancer at a job he hated, made good cash, professional engineer. And I thought, is this it? Is this really what it is? And I thought, nah, man, I don't care about the money anymore. I don't care about the prestige. I don't care about all that bullshit. I want a little bit more fulfillment. And since I was a kid, I was always fascinated with Japan and with Asia. And I thought, okay, how can I get out of here and get there? Now, I could have worked in the States, no trouble, easy. And I have a British passport, so I could have worked anywhere in Europe. But I wasn't interested in that. So I got a job teaching English at Nova, because all their hiring offices back then were a 5-10 minute walk from my condo in downtown Toronto. So I got a job for Nova, and it took me like months and months and months to get a work permit. And then when I did, I got here and realized that I'd fucked up. I wasn't an Ego sensei.
Yeah.
And this wasn't my shtick, man.
Especially for fucking Nova.
Oh yeah, no, it was
shots fired.
Yeah, well they were fine.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they were cool.
Do I have shots? Oh wait, hold on. I didn't
hit me with some sound.
Hold on.
Yeah, thank you. Wait,
I might have a different one.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm bringing back the soundboard here.
Hey man, I actually respect it. I totally respect it.
Any case, within a couple of months of that, and it was obviously a Ponzi scheme. That was clear to me within a month or two of getting there. I realized I had to get out in a hurry, but I had a work permit, and I found that there was corporate training and consultancy, and if you had a background like mine, you could make some good money, not having to put up with, oh, hello, Hiro-san, you shat yourself. Hold on one sec. Let me go get one of the female teachers. Yeah, not me.
Shout out to Hiro-san.
Yeah, Hiro-san. So I quickly started doing corporate gigs and working for myself, making 4 or 5 times the money, and much more fulfilling. And then I did that, and now I'm retired.
Oh, that's so tight, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so basically you had like a midlife crisis. Well, no, not a midlife crisis. You had a moment of realization where you were just like, why do I need to stick around here when I can see more of the world?
I was planning on getting married again. It didn't happen. And I had a lot of cash at IBM. And I'd worked at the shopping channel and in radio. I'd done that, been there, done that. I can't die like this. I got to do something else, man.
That's cool, man.
That's a lot of game you just gave everybody right there.
Yeah.
Fulfillment, because I know a lot of people who think the money is what's going to bring you happiness. And I've been around people with money. Like, I don't have a whole lot of money, but I've been around legit millionaires, and they all tell me the same thing. Yo, it ain't the money, man. Like, the money just gets you stuff.
My family has money, and it's better to have money than not have money. When you don't have to worry about paying the rent. But no, man, money's not happiness. It's better, but it ain't happiness. No way. And having a great job and a position, I had that. Miserable.
Well, the tightest thing about money is that you have time. And so if you have, sometimes you have time, and you also have like a security from, famine and things like that. But I mean, with your time, like, what do you do with your time if you got money? You might as well, be in Japan and at the Mega Lake show.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's really cool. And how did you two meet? You guys were working together?
No, we had like 4 points of connection, right? Like of distance. I have a friend named Scott. Scott met.
Popular?
Hey,
Popular?
not Scott Popular. I know that guy though.
I know Scott.
Shout out to Scott Popular. What's up, man? Love your
Scott
thing.
Popular.
But no, a guy named Scott, and he had a friend named Archie, who has a friend named Jules. They both work together. Jules and Uncle Stash were roommates when he first got to Japan.
Yeah.
And Jules came over to Scott's house one time. We hit it off. And then by chance, me and Jules was hanging out one time and Uncle Stash came by. And that's how we became friends.
And I mean, it's not like both of y'all are doing the same sports or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. A shared camaraderie through ethnicity. Was it music that connected you?
No,
Like, how did the relationship form?
Only in Japan, I would say. Like, would this be possible? I don't see like all those lines because it's everybody from different everything. It's just the stars aligned that we just met because the foreign community here is just so small.
Right.
So that was the network, and within that network, we ended up meeting each other, and I don't know how we hit it off. I don't
remember either.
Yeah.
It was years ago.
Guess I was just a cool guy. I don't know.
Mutual.
Okay. Well, that's nice, man. So with the podcast, like you guys are also, you're reacting to music and then you've expanded the brand. How long did you say you've been doing it? Like 2 years? That's it?
Well, the idea was 2 years. The epiphany was on 2018 on New Year, Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And then the party was a couple of days later, and maybe the next day, the Boxing Day, I don't know.
It was next day.
Yeah, okay. So I sent him a text. DJ L-Spade, I'm going to change your life tomorrow at Jules' Christmas party.
He sounds like the movie film.
I know, right?
I'm a salesman, guys. That's what I do, you know? Tomorrow, in a world. Two brothers.
It's called Two Brothers.
Two brothers from different mothers in a world. Anyway. Yeah.
But I mean, congratulations on the success of the show. I noticed like you guys got thousands, I think like around 8,000 followers on YouTube right now, which is a pretty good accomplishment considering the type of show that you guys have. It's not genre specific, it's not Japanese centric, and like a lot of times you need those things in order to gain an audience, you know. But I mean, yeah, how's that journey been? How much money you guys making off of that?
Not much. There's no money in reaction.
Okay,
I have no idea how that works.
This was a point of contention while we actually diversify, because I'm going to go ahead and throw the sausage how the sausage being made. When we first did this, I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to do reaction videos. He sold me on it because we were going to do the common reaction videos. And as he will tell you, I don't like calling them reaction video because they're not reaction videos. I hate it. I hate like saying it. I even hate saying reaction.
What do you call them?
Man, see, that's the thing, right? That was the problem. Like, what do you call it? Because he's like, well, what do you call it? And for me personally, I was just like, let's just call it a podcast. You know, it's just us talking about music that we like.
But the whole point was we had to differentiate at the beginning. You've got to get your hook. We got about 8,000 plus subscribers now, and we're growing, which is great. And you've got to get that initial 1,000 before you can monetize. Not that we're making any money, but until you get to that certain level, you're just buried amidst a gajillion bits of dross and no one can even find you.
Right.
So this was one way of getting at least a small amount of recognition on the algorithm. And as your spread increases, so does your presence on that algorithm.
Yeah, so just to be honest, man, there's no money in reaction videos because you're getting hit with the copyright claims.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna ask. You know, I'm curious about these things because it's such a, you know, it's a normal thing to have YouTube shows and for people to supplement their income by their Spotify streams or their YouTube streams. But when it comes to reaction videos, you have other people's, you know, intelligent property or you know, IP there, and so that's a problem. Is that also why you guys started doing like check out all this chicken?
Yeah,
that
was me. I was like, look, man, we can't do this. Like, we gotta diversify. And plus, I didn't want to be stuck in just one genre. Like, I didn't want to be, oh, there go the reaction guys. And plus, we're Tokyo Stash and Spade. Nothing about just listening to music in the rooms, to me, said Tokyo.
Right, unless it's specifically Tokyo-based artists.
Exactly.
Right.
And we're not that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's very cool. How often do you guys upload content? You guys got a lot of fucking content.
Well, thank you. Nowhere near enough.
Yeah.
Is that right?
We wish we could do better. We really do.
I mean, I'm impressed by like the graphics, like some.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, that shit was tight. Like the first episode, the logo comes on. It looks really well produced.
First time I saw that, we were knocking together some ideas. Now, my initial idea was the one on camera, the two of us talking shtick and such. And L-Spade says, no. What? No. I got the idea we should do it in a recording studio. We should have it subtitled. That was me. The rest was, no, we're going to do it like a talk show. I'm going to cut it, because he's got a production company, Displaced Media, cuts video. And he said,
Displaced.
So he emails me a link on Dropbox. We got a server. He goes, what do you think of this? And holy shit, we need people like me. And I'm watching this graphic get swung in.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And I was just blown away.
I mean, the first episode, it is a fully formed idea.
Yeah, that's L-Spade.
Our podcast's been going 4 years. I'm still trying to figure out how to rebrand now that my podcast partner left and shit, you know.
Right.
But I mean, that's what was really impressive to me is the production value, and I can imagine that to get an episode out is an effort. Like I edit this shit every fucking week, and mine is a much easier process than what yours is probably. So.
You have no idea. You got to talk to DJ L-Spade. I mean, I just do some of it, but the bulk work is over here.
Well, like you said, the idea came in December of 2018. It literally took us, because I didn't want to put out anything that wasn't fully production ready. It took us like 5 months.
5 or 6 months.
Yeah, 5 months to actually, from conception, to actually get the whole thing out, shoot the show. And there was a lot of times where I would go back and meticulously edit one thing, like, no, that's not it. Okay, this is not it. And I wanted, if you notice in our reaction, in our videos, you will see cutaways. And I always wanted to add that in, like, I need something to kind of make it more dynamic. So we added the cutaways in there, and it just worked.
Yeah.
Just to make it a little bit different. But
it's much different than a motherfucker just sitting in the car.
Right.
Like, oh!
Yeah, didn't want that.
I like this guy.
Man.
Right. I mean, it is a fully formed animal right out the gates.
Thank you.
Shout out to you.
That's
can
DJ
I talk to you a little bit more about your production company? We didn't get into that.
How we didn't,
during your episode. So what is it? Displaced Media?
Yeah, Displaced Media is the production company, and we basically do everything. And when I say everything, that includes video, audio editing, graphics, effects, and consulting. On top of that, we have. I'm not going to try to. I probably shouldn't talk about that shit.
Go ahead.
Should I talk about it?
Which one?
The one we're doing now? I shouldn't talk about that.
No, don't talk about that. That's confidential.
Okay, so we got stuff in the works.
You can talk about the dirty stuff.
You got a porn production coming on?
That's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be in the videos. I don't care the role. I'll be the guy getting cucked. Like, I just want to be in the videos, dog. Like, my God.
We have a rather eclectic base, right? So basically, if a company, no matter what the company is, needs some editing done, or some ideas, or some graphics, or just some fillers, we would do that. I also have. I can't talk about this one. I do editing on the side for Kodakawa, and I do editing for them for their YouTube channel, Concha. You're welcome. Y'all didn't pay me for that plug. You're welcome. I do editing for them. I also do editing for one-off people who just find me online and stuff like that. So if you do need some editing, holler at me. Displaced Media.
So say, for example, I wanted to have a video logo similar to something. I could go to you, and then you could arrange that, and I would have that purchased from you and all these things. Hey, okay, man. I would like to build with you a little bit more about that. Maybe you can help me with my brand.
Oh, man, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I got things happening here. I put in work.
Oh, man, hey.
Yeah, so...
actually, I would love to. So seriously, like...
Yeah.
Do that.
Well, we'll do that type of stuff off air or whatever. But yeah, this is why I definitely wanted to have you back again, because the last time he and I became friends, and we decided we weren't going to do the podcast. We were just going to get to know each other by talking shit about things like when you came in, like exactly how we started. But I wanted to make sure that I highlight exactly what you guys are doing. And I've been doing this podcast for about 4 years. It started with me and 3 homies, and 2 of them have, one of them gone on to do more film work. The other one went back to the States.
Let me tell you something about YouTube. If anyone out there thinking about doing this stuff, It ain't easy. You got to upload all the time, and we're remiss in that regard. And if you think not the physical act of just doing it, but doing it constantly and producing some sort of quality.
Right.
Oh, Jesus, that's hard.
Yeah.
It's a job, guys. It's a job.
Right. I tell people all the time, they're like, what day are you off? I'm like, like a day where I don't have to do anything?
That part.
If there's a day that I don't do anything, I just have to do double the work the next day, basically. But man, in the process of me and my friends doing this, and our relationship was kind of forged within doing this work, our opinions have changed. Like I'm a real 4-element underground hip hop head. My buddy from Atlanta is more of a mainstream battle rap type of vibe, and so we clashed on a lot of things. I dislike pop music, all genres of pop music presented as popular music, and so like we hated on Drake and things. But as time changed,
we hated on Drake too, and he's from my hometown.
Yeah, I mean, like he's like, he made that popular for people of color. You know what I mean?
Do you like The Weeknd?
No, I don't dislike The Weeknd. I just
okay.
don't listen to his music that much. But shout out to Arthel Isom, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
doing the
that guy.
video work for he's with the Art Stagio, the first foreign and black owned animation studio. He did the video animation for Snow Child. I forget the name of the song from The Weeknd. But
He did. Yeah. Shout out to man.
Yeah, fire.
Holla at your boy, man. I got some beats for you.
Yeah, man.
Please.
I mean, I did a podcast interview with him on my homie's podcast. Shout out to Tokyo Speaks. But yeah. What I was saying is that Late and I and Steve's, our opinions changed, and our opinions became more fortified, and we built and destroyed different parts of it. Like, how has your interactions about music altered your perception of music? Like, what are some of the notable changes to your taste that have happened?
My experience with hip hop goes back late 70s, early 80s, because I was in radio, getting out of the army, and very early shows. And then,
like Rap and Duke. And
really. I saw Grandmaster Flash of the Furious Five at the concert hall. I think it was 81.
Oh yeah.
And our radio station was one of the few in the country to play any rap. And this is 85, 6-ish. So I was grounded in that, but it was never really a genre that I enjoyed. I love black music, but that particular idiom didn't really interest me. But you can't help.
My father didn't care for it.
Yeah, but that is your dad.
Yeah, my dad hates rap.
It's just that it didn't have that syncopation, that salsa feel, that kind of passionate groove,
musicality.
Yeah, musicality. But you work with a DJ, and you get together, and you get exposed to things. You can't help but enjoy it. And I've always said on our show, anyone who doesn't like a particular type of music just because of a thing, a color, a location, you're a fool. You're a fool. You
Every
like
genre
something, or exactly. Like it, don't like it. That's it.
Spade, you mentioned before you believe there's two types of music: good music and bad music.
And that's both
I like that
subjective.
simplification.
Yeah, it's all subjective. Like that. When he came to me when I listened to music, it was like, yeah, let's do that, because like you digging in the crates, you always look for new sounds and new music.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, yeah, it's like digging through the crates.
Who was that woman you were playing before we went live?
Norma Tanega.
No, I had never heard of this
Yeah,
woman.
me either.
Ever. She's fabulous. You played
Love
those
her.
2 cuts.
Yeah.
I love this. Both of them.
Yeah.
I got to listen to her.
Yeah, she's great, man. I'm a big, I make distinctions about what I'm talking about when I talk about hip hop culture, and I just think that like one of the really beautiful things about hip hop culture, at least the segment that I come from, is that there is usually an appreciation for multiple music genres.
Right.
I was put on, my parents listened to jazz and funk and R&B and a whole variety of things, but I usually got like the real surface level popular stuff from them. Of course, Parliament Funkadelic seeps in and but like all of my really intense appreciation for other genres comes from a spine, like a through line of hip hop. Like I found out about this jazz artist because of this hip hop track, or this hip hop approach pushed me to liking noise music or ambient or a whole variety of things.
Right.
So, yeah, I I love hip hop, and when I'm talking about it, I'm not really talking about pop music for the most part. But yeah, man, I was curious how you guys have changed. I noted that the first episode the second episode I saw, you were introducing him to Triumph. And he was like, "Oh, the Wu-Tang Clan. I've never heard of this this group. What's with the Africanized killer bees here? Like, what are they to represent?" And I was like, "Those are really interesting questions because from the outside looking in, it's like a lot of spectacle.
Yes.
You know, like and to unpackage what it is, especially if you're a person that likes musicality.
Right.
You know, the drums aren't quantized. It's not even like there's a lot of things going on." And thousands of words being thrown at you. So, do you have like a more of appreciation for any hip hop artists?
Well, you know who my favorite is,
3-6 Mafia,
and he
You're
gave me
kidding.
the pussified version.
Oh wow.
Okay, I gave him Stay Fly instead of Stay High, and he's never let me live that down.
Yeah.
What am I, a 12-year-old? Can I listen to Stay High?
That's a mark on your permanent record.
It
We're
is,
not
man.
going to let that one
I
go.
know, right?
Yeah, that's really dope. So you like 3-6 Mafia?
They rock, man.
Man, I would like to try to introduce him to other artists.
You
Maybe,
should.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. Yeah, but okay, shoot. Let me see. I had some other questions prepared here, I think. But what do you think of the benefit of listening to other music genres is? Has the amount of music genres changed since you guys started recording?
Well, definitely have changed. I try to keep an open mind about all these genres, even the new genre that's been made, melodic rap. I try to keep an open mind
Is
about
that another distinction?
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
What is that?
The Grammys has actually made a new genre, and the new genre is melodic rap.
Oh, is that why this year all of the rap choices are actual rap albums?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the reason for it.
Yeah, so all your auto-tune, singing rap,
Your
it's
Drake
melodic
type of
rap.
music
Yes,
would be
it's
in the
melodic rap now.
Oh, so the lyrics found their place into a whole different...
There you go.
It was shocking because this year Nas is nominated.
Right.
Jay Electronica, Freddie Gibbs, and Alchemist. And
I was shocked too. I was
Yeah.
like, what? What's going on?
Okay.
Then you had the melodic. So your St. John is going to be
Right.
like in melodic rap. Your Uzi Vert, your Future, that's melodic rap now.
Right.
So yeah, the genres are always changing. Like I said, they're all subjective, right? And the paradigm has to shift. Like I talked about last time, like the hip hop paradigm is going to have to shift. But I would say one of the greatest things about doing Tokyo Stash and Spade with Uncle Stash is I have learned about so many artists that I never would have just known when to look. Not that I wouldn't listen to the music, but I didn't know where to look. Like
I did see you say, I don't know Dionne Warwick.
I
And I was like, dog.
I love Dionne
like,
Warwick.
I was like, who are your parents?
Right.
Like, I couldn't get away from the shit at my house.
see that was the thing, right? My mom was like so into Diana Ross.
Okay.
She was a Diana Ross.
But they're contemporaries.
You would think that, right?
But Diana is more of a disco artist
yes.
than Dionne.
Yeah. So when I listened to a lot of music, like, oh yeah, I heard that, and I knew of Dionne Warwick, some of her songs, That's What Friends Are For, and just the other stuff, right? But I never dig deep
I don't
into
know
it.
what this hand gesture was, but
Mama.
the live performance of That's What Friends Are For with Luther Vandross,
Right.
Whitney Houston, Dionne, and who else? I said Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder, yeah.
Stevie Wonder. That is perhaps my favorite live performance that I've ever seen in my whole life. It is just great. I think it's like the NAACP,
Or something like that.
or some shit. But yeah, sorry to cut off.
No, don't cut it.
Sometimes there's a dropout. We're just chilling. This is why I had to get a new laptop.
Oh, okay.
So, hold that thought.
Here, I'll see if we're still live.
Calibrate. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Yeah, we're back. There's a nice little cut. You guys know the vibes. If you listen to the Mega Late Show, you know I've been enduring this problem for several weeks, months, this year. So
Okay, new computer coming up.
new laptop coming on the 23rd. Is that the equinox? No, the 21st is the equinox, right? Okay.
I have no idea.
But yeah. I forget.
21st.
Yeah, I
That's
forget
the
what
solstice.
Okay, right. But yeah, what were we talking about? Genres, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, genres are useful distinctions when you're putting together a playlist or branding something or organizing a record collection. Other than that, they're kind of
Arbitrary.
absurd.
Well, when it comes to Dionne Warwick, I love Bacharach David. They're, to me, some of the great songwriters of the 20th century. And she was their muse. So there's various versions of, we've had this discussion where you don't like cover
I hate cover
versions,
songs.
but there are
It's lazy.
there are no original versions with Bacharach David, and lots of the Great American Songbook. But regardless, there's a certain stylization. Dionne Warwick, perhaps not the world's best singer, but the way she phrases, the way she hits, is absolute magic for me, and I love that sound. And she was, one of my mother's 2 or 3 favorite singers.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, she's her own animal. Like, there's not a copy of that. There's, and I think all the best singers. We were talking about Michael Jackson before the podcast. Like, Michael's not the best at any one thing, but I like his singing on a lot of things. Like, what is it? Human Nature.
That's
such a beautiful.
One of my 2 or 3 favorite songs.
Human Nature's a good song.
Did you hear the story about that? How that wound up on the album?
No.
That's Toto. One of the
really?
One of the guys, I don't remember who it was. The other guy from Toto had a cassette tape that he'd given to Quincy Jones, and Quincy was asking for a couple of songs for Thriller, and this guy had taken, sorry, I don't remember his name, but they were the 2 cats in Toto. The second guy had recorded the basic Human Nature track on the second part of the cassette because he just needed a cassette. Remember those days? Yeah. So Quincy Jones has the cassette, and he's listening to Buddy's songs, and it's auto reverse. Cassettes used to auto reverse from side A to side B. So one guy's out, da 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 da, and Quincy goes, "Whoa, what's that?" And he goes, "That's the song," and I love that song.
Man, that is definitely top 2, top 3 Michael Jackson songs for me. I love that.
Yeah, that's a good song. That's a good song. Overall, let's not pretend like Michael Jackson had great enunciation. You knew what he was saying, and like the fake falsetto, it gets annoying after a while. Like when you listen to it, it becomes taxing to your ears. Even range-wise, man, I'm not like really digging Michael Jackson. However, I'm gonna say this, guys, for y'all crucify me. Yes, Michael Jackson is probably one of the best entertainers, full package ever. But like far as singing, not my bag.
I mean, we don't need to get into a whole debate of whether or not Michael Jackson is great or.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, he's great.
Like I don't know. I don't really care about the nuances or particulars about. Like I tend to like singers who sound strange or weird. I like music that is like. It sounds bad.
You a Macy Gray fan?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I can appreciate some Macy Gray music. There's I like when things don't sound typical.
As they should.
Like a good lounge singer sounds like a good lounge singer. But if you get somebody that's kind of like a weird voice get in there, it adds a different spice or seasoning to it, and I tend to like that.
I respect that.
Comes with it's the same for my rap music and the indie rock stuff that I like. So yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know enough about music theory to really critique whether or not this motherfucker hit. Like Freddie Mercury, the reason I know that he can hit these like really high octaves of that are other people are just not capable of doing is because I've read about it. I didn't pick that up myself, being like, wow, he really got high on that one. I don't know.
The range is amazing.
My favorite apocryphal story isn't about Freddie. It's about Goldfinger.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
The lady did the man.
Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever.
What's that lady's
Oh
name?
my God, this is killing me.
I'm not there with you guys. I'm not sure who that is.
Shirley Bassey.
Shirley Bassey. Yes.
Okay, so when they recorded Goldfinger in the studio in London, I think it was Abbey Road, 63-4. The session guy who was playing the guitar was Jimmy Page. Amazing. That's a great track, and produced by George Martin. So evidently, this is apocryphal. Don't know if it's true, but at the coda, at the end of the song, he loves gold, only gold. He loves gold, only gold. She hits the note for so long, what's called her tidal breath comes out. The last vestiges of oxygen in her lungs to hit and sustain that final note, she passes out. She hits it, bang, and collapses, and they cut it. That's how much passion that woman gave, and that is a great goddamn song.
Allegedly.
But just listen to the end of that song, and whether it's true or not, that woman didn't have much, gas left by the time she finished. That's an amazing song.
I love that though. That's a really dope thing to say.
It is.
You know what I mean? That's like, oh, Jay-Z doesn't write lyrics. You know what I mean? And that's like some real like, wow, what a master. Like, what an incredible performance. I like that. I'm gonna just rock with it and take that as objective truth. So,
I'm gonna be the hater. Yeah, it didn't happen.
I can't say, but regardless of the truth, the track itself is
It's a great
amazing.
track,
It's
yeah.
just a fabulous song.
Right.
So, what are like your favorite music genres? Can you tell me some of your favorite artists?
Well, for me, these days especially, it's a lot of '60s R&B and rock. Last night I was listening to Van Morrison and them, a bunch of stuff like that.
Morrison.
I love Van Morrison, man. I listen to Moondance and Brown Eyed Girl and Baby Please Don't Go and all kinds of stuff. And I listen. Do you know? Listen to Jimmy Destry, the drummer for Blondie, Dreaming. There's that official video for them. Watching him drum and I love good drumming, and I was watching that last night, watching the official video, boom, boom, and he stands up, and, kills it. I'm you're just getting into the groove. That's classic pop, 78-9 from my youth as well. So whatever, something that moves me, that grabs me in some kind of visceral way, a lot of syncopation, a lot of passion, you got me every time.
I'm wondering if we should go back to this conversation about genres. I don't know if I can center it on something that is not just hip hop specific, but there's a lot of useful genre distinctions, but for the most part, they're kind of shitty.
Sure, they're arbitrary, capricious.
The funk and rock genre distinction is like one of the dumbest distinctions ever. Funk is rock, rock is funk, and I hate how they. Well, this is funk. Why? Because you put a synthesizer in it. It's like, come on, dude. It's bass heavy, so it's not real rock and roll because he's playing the bass guitar. Which
what accent is that? Like, who is saying
I
that?
have no. Okay, that's
It's a Jamaican New Yorker. I don't know.
It's like the pretentious white guy. Because me and Uncle Stash talked about this, right? And he dropped some history on me. Like back in the day, black guys could only play bass in the band. I didn't know that. Like you weren't allowed to play like the lead guitar. You had to play bass. That's why you got like a legacy of black guys playing bass guitar. I didn't know that. So like when you got a bass heavy song, they're like, wait, that's not rock. How dare you? That's funk.
We're going to have to assign this to the Negro section.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm old enough to remember when that was a polite word.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Excuse me while I check this. I forgot to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'd love to hear? You ever hear the Chambers Brothers, Detroit band?
Sure. Yes.
Time Has Come Today.
Yeah.
The drummer was white.
Mm.
He used to call them white Chambers or something.
Mm.
But that song, the whole version, love that song. Time Has Come Today. Was listening to that night before last.
Time has come today.
That's it.
Time
has
come today.
I like the Ramones version from Subterranean Jungle, but I do love the original by the Chambers Brothers.
I don't do cover songs.
No, come on, give me a break, man. It's classic psychedelia, 66, 7, somewhere in there. And we should have done a show on that one. The only problem was when we do a show, we can't both know the song. One of us can't know the other
That's
song. And we both knew that song.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I love
so you
that
only
song.
share songs that the other person would not be
Yeah.
familiar
That's
with.
the idea. One of us knows the song, the other one does not.
Mm.
And you get the actual real like first time reaction of us hearing the song, and that's the gimmick of it. That's why sometimes, and I will say this, sometimes I hear a song, it doesn't hit me the first time.
Blue Monday.
Yeah, but I'll go back and be like, oh, you know what, that done hits. Like, and I'll say that. Like, I even go in the comments when somebody be like, man, you stupid, you don't know what you're talking about.
That was me.
I
can't believe this shit.
Yo, that's how we actually first met.
Are you shitting me?
Oh, yeah.
No, he
No.
gave me a comment like, yo, what we talked about? What rap song we talked about?
Well, no, we were talking about we were talking something about rap, but it wasn't about a song
Song
specifically.
specific.
It was about pop or popular rap or something. I forget, but yeah. No, we were talking about the reason for the rap music.
Yes.
Right.
Why
Reasons
rap
for rap
sucks.
music.
Was this our comment on Do You Know the Way to San Jose?
No. This was on my Instagram actually.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And we got into it. And I actually agree with him. Like, and when I agree, I will say, yo, you know what? That's a good point. I agree with it. Like, I'm not the type of guy who
I
won't
think we're
agree.
talking about the reasons for certain rap music tropes happening right now.
Yes.
And you made a point, and I just pulled it back to the Telecommunications Act.
Yes.
Which I tend to do because I really think that the Telecommunications Act
Really
ruined
Mhm.
multiple industries, and particularly rap music. But I mean, it's the same reason that when you watch the local news channels, you can overlay them all, and they're saying the same
Same
audio.
thing.
It's because it's it's a mega conglomerates purchased up all of the music outlets and things. So
Same thing happened in radio.
Well,
Used to
that's
be a
what it
station in
is.
Toronto called CFNY, the Spirit of Radio. That's Russia's tie-in to them. Was that old tagline of them from the early '80s, and they were unique in that they had a completely open format clock. You play whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you wanted to, and the only stipulation was you could only play it once per day. So if you played a song, you'd write it down, and if that song had been played that day,
that's dope.
you couldn't play it again. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
They were a fabulous station, but things change. Toronto's the biggest market in Canada, has a big American audience as well, down Buffalo, Erie, places like that. And you want to grow bigger. So this unique shtick, this unique place that they had in the market wasn't good enough. They wanted to grow, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And they lost everything, and now it's all homogenized.
Yeah.
Radio, which is dying anyway,
Right.
sounds the same.
Oh, it's dead. Radio's gone. And as a radio guy, I got my first internship in a radio station. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of glad.
I'm sad.
I mean, I loved radio. Like I was, it used to be that. I remember there was times like hip hop just didn't play on the radio like that.
Yeah.
You got hip hop in the evening times on a Friday night or a Saturday, and then it changed, and that was dope. But also the type of music that they were playing had to change because there was mandates by these corporations to play certain songs, and of course the music industry decides to focus on certain tropes in the black community, and so there's this whole hegemonic interplay between the people who are making it and the kind of mandate and the things that are happening at the top that lead us to all of the popular black music having these kind of negative stereotypes about the men, the women, so back in the day there was just a lot more biodiversity.
Yeah.
Like you look at like the 88, right? Hip hop sounded completely different from each other.
It
Like,
did. You had distinct
Right.
sounds from distinct areas too.
Right.
Like you had a New York sound, you had a West Coast sound, you had a Southern sound. Now it's all sound like the South. We won, guys.
I don't know.
That's a Pyrrhic victory.
I was gonna say it's really something that is watered down
No,
the
but
culture to a degree.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. And not to get into that belly. First, can I get some hate off real quick?
Go ahead.
The reason why I hate the radio station so much is on the other side, being an artist. I remember being an up and coming rap artist in Memphis, and not the only way, but one of the surefire ways was to get your song on the radio station.
Yeah.
But it was so damn political. You had to pay, you had to know somebody,
Right.
and that literally turned me off a lot to music. There was really no way to get your music out to the masses besides going to your radio station. And you had all these gatekeepers and shady people who didn't want to even listen to your music. Now, granted, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't gonna say my music was just great back then, but you can at least afford me the dignity to listen to it at some point. But it was always these gatekeepers have their pick. They're not gonna let you in, and that turned me off until this invention. Thank you, Al Gore, of the internet, when you could actually get your stuff directly in front of the consumer. So even now with Spotify,
Took
which
a
is,
long time for that to
but-
happen.
yeah, and Spotify is basically turned into the radio now. With the playlist station, you gotta pay to get on this big playlist and stuff like that. Spotify give me
Well,
money.
they just found new ways to recapture the
Exactly.
radio market and the music industry. With piracy, there was years where it was hard for them to reacclimate and start making money in the industry again, but they figured it out.
They did it.
I mean, you look at the deals that YouTube Music is giving, SoundCloud is giving, these artist deals that they're giving, the 360 deals that they've created in the music industry, and just a whole variety of things. Once again, all the elbow room that we make around like when Napster started, all that elbow room in the independent rap music community,
Yes.
it just gets kind of, you have to keep on finding new ways to get your music out.
That's literally how I got my first burn was torrent sites.
Yeah.
Like literally putting my music on torrent sites, how I got a little bit of burn. So you're right. Every time we make a little room, they just take it, snatch it away.
I was fiercely against the streaming services for quite a long time. I figured to myself, like, why would I spend $9 a month to have music
It's not yours.
that I won't own?
Yeah.
Right. Like if I cancel the service, all of that music's gone. Right.
Right.
And it's like I feel like, oh, I'm supporting an artist by giving a fraction of a penny. I might as well just take that $9, purchase their album on a site that gives them the most percentage, not iTunes, not Google, but probably
Tidal.
Bandcamp.
Oh yeah, Bandcamp. Sorry, you're right. Yeah,
Bandcamp, or directly from them, and then steal.
The question becomes,
and I still pirate. So
are you going to be able to buy CDs or DVDs in the future?
What's a CD?
I think so.
Exactly.
No, my cousins, when I went back to America, did not know what a CD and a DVD was. And that's when I realized, oh, yo, I'm old.
It's over.
I don't think so. I think if you look, well, in Japan, it's skewed too because they actually have a mechanical, physical music industry here. But records, back into production, it's a way that artists are making money off of pressing actual vinyl. There's also a flourishing cassette tape scene.
Bro.
Most of the like the beat makers are fucking pressing up tapes now, and there's a whole industry for it.
If you're doing lo-fi, I can see that. That'd be dope. If you're doing a lo-fi beats on the tape.
Jazz artists are doing it too.
Really?
There's kind of a, just like with an analog hiss off a record, there's a little bit of a warmth that comes with the shittier tape quality, right? But the thing is like you purchase the physical and you get a digital copy of it anyways. So it's an incentive for you to get it. You have the physical copy that is yours, but also you get the free FLAC files if you're into that. If you're into a song that's a fucking gig.
I might do that now.
No, I'm all for it. I prefer to support my friends by purchasing physical art
copies
from them. Yeah, it's an ethic that's just come from my anti-capitalist stance and being against fucking the pigs and the corporations. So I mean, yeah, straight up, man. I'm all for vinyl. And if there's an EMP blast, I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be fucking straight.
I think we have more things to worry about than music if there's a big EMP blast.
You say that now, but I Am Legend, right?
Yeah.
If he had vinyl, he would have been straight. Like, he had a little MP3 player or some shit, right? I mean, yeah, the vinyl's going to be fine. The vinyl's going to be fine.
I had not thought of that.
I mean, the EMP blast, who knows if it's coming or not, but if you can hand crank a fucking record player and listen to music.
Again, things I had not considered.
Well, you got to think ahead, and this,
But what about the zombie apocalypse? You worry about that?
There are also weapons. You can fling those fucking vinyls. Try flinging an MP3, huh? What are you gonna do? SSD, fucking external hard drive? Nah, man. Look at these. These are weapons here.
Throw those more.
Yeah.
Yo, zombie.
You know what I mean? You'll decapitate zombies depending on what stage of decay they're at. I think.
Man, your arm spins out the frame with that deal.
I mean, yeah.
Frisbee champion.
Yeah, it'd be rough. I mean, you see Lex Caliber running as a zombie.
Facts.
You gotta.
Oh man, look, that guy becomes a zombie, man. We all gone.
Yeah.
Hey Lex, remember I was always your friend if you become a zombie.
Well, I mean, even Stash here is fucking gigantor. How tall are you? Centimeters.
1.95 meters.
Yeah.
I mean, do that.
You got a bum knee though. So
but if it's a zombie, it doesn't matter.
I screwed my knee up in Akihabara. We were having a meeting, and I just got up off the stool. Holy shit, that was like 4 weeks ago. I'm seeing the doctor at Tokyo Midtown on Thursday.
Okay.
Hey,
good luck to you. I didn't know if it was existing.
I don't think if you become a zombie, man, all your physical ailments heal though.
I'll be a limping zombie.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that fat fucking tall asshole Canadian zombie that's slipping to kill me. Fuck you, Stash.
I mean, I don't know the zombie physics. I'm not sure exactly.
Zombie physics brought to you by Mega.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I don't want to go into a PSA after zombies with what I wanted to share. Oh, yes, I will. He's not a zombie. He's one of the greatest revolutionaries that we've ever had. But I wanted to give a shout out to Fred Hampton, who was assassinated by the CIA and Chicago Police Department 51 years ago today. Well, if you're listening to Stateside Live, it's today. But yeah, man, I want to give a shout out to him and let you guys know that you can listen to our political takes on my other podcast, which is called This Is Not Information, which I do with a few of the homies, Maurice, Paulie Rhymes, Bernadette, and Christian. And yeah, that's where I talk more about politics, and you can get my Marxist rants there. But yeah, go check that out. And also Moto Nice, which is a new blog that I started with Paulie, where we share things that are Tokyo hip-hop lifestyle things. And in there, my most recent piece that I wrote, I was talking about neo boom bap, which is another useless genre.
Well, how do we get that?
Well,
as opposed to old boom bap?
Yeah, conventional boom bap, or whatever other varieties there were. So like boom bap is kind of like your typical 90s,
New York.
90s East Coast rap music. Sample 4/4 drums, maybe a turntable scratch. But now this neo boom bap genre is being used, or this distinction is being used to describe Griselda and the minimal drumless. Remember the shit that I was playing you last time?
Yeah.
That would kind of fit under the umbrella of neo boom bap, which I think is just a ridiculous name.
Griselda's just boom bap though.
But there are specific musical tropes that have been happening within this new sample driven hip hop that's become more popular in the last 10 years. Again, that there's a through line. Oftentimes single loops, minimal drums, discordant sounds, odd juxtapositions, which you can go back and trace that to Alchemist on Mobb Deep's 99 Murder Music album, or Ghostface, Stroke of Death, weird hip hop beats. But yeah, I wrote about that. Have you ever heard of? Have you ever played any weird offbeat hip hop shit for Stash?
No.
Can I do one?
Please.
Let's do one. All right. So I wonder how strange I should get. Like on a scale of like not too strange to very strange.
Oh, give me the strange, baby.
Give you the strange. Okay.
I'm all about the strange.
I bet you are.
I am.
I believe that this song sounds like Afro-pessimism.
And I'm all about that too.
Are you?
Not really. What the fuck is Afro-pessimism?
It's weird. It's the ontological idea that blackness is inescapable. I don't know. We won't get into it, but yeah.
How current is this?
This year.
Well, I can hear some industrial music, German style. Einstürzende Neubauten. Lie back.
Actually, the guy that produced this, he has an indie rock band called Fog, which is fucking great. But yeah. Have you heard of Arm & Hammer? Billy Wood's Elucid?
I have not.
They're dope. All their music sounds quite different, so this is quite different than any other track on the album, but, neo boom bap. I mean, I believe this should be under the umbrella.
See, I think this is more industrial music.
Well, that's what I'm hearing.
I mean, the thing about hip hop is that it can come in any variety of sounds, right?
That's true.
If you listen to some of their other music, it'll have like accents of, like, I believe this sample is from indie rock, right?
Definitely some Radiohead type stuff.
Right?
I mean, you got a lot of drags with your snare, right? Which is really setting it off, man. Like the swing in this is out the frame, so I give them props for that. Like, this is a beat I want to make, but I don't. Like, seriously.
I think, I mean, for me, like, I guess if I wanted to find more music like this, I would appreciate a genre distinction so I could hop into a playlist. But for me, both of these songs meet both criterias of what it means to make hip hop music, right? It's a sample driven, MCs expressing themselves in any variety or fashion they want. And when it comes to the sample, like, do what the fuck you want to do. And so, like that book that I gave you a couple weeks back.
Reading it, thank you about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been people, and also culture coming down, hammering down the nail of what is allowed and what's not allowed. But, for a while they thought that the roots weren't really hip hop because there was too much live instrumentation in the
See,
beat.
that to me, I don't care whether they are or not hip hop. The moment you try to label someone, you can't be this because of that, horseshit.
Well, I mean, the weird thing is too is that like hip hop it changes constantly, and that's one of like the main criteria of hip hop is there must be an originality, there must be changes to it. So yeah, man, I don't know. Let me pull back on some pigeon dust beats. So one more thing that I would like to do before we end the first half of our podcast here, before we in part 2 we're going to share some Christmas songs and talk shit about Christmas songs, right?
Yes.
And maybe do some more reactions, you know, depending if we want to do that type of stuff. But I was wondering if you guys have a Tokyo Spotlight, a place, person, thing, event that you would like to go ahead and give a shout out to on the podcast to let people know of some of the magical dope that happens in Tokyo. Anything?
Oh man, like actually, I kind of do want to do that. I'm not a drinker, but there's a wonderful.
You don't
place.
drink at all?
You know, I'll drink socially, but like it's not my go-to.
Okay. You drink?
It's been argued that I've inserted tampons of vodka up my ass. It's not true.
Rumors of his
Uh,
death have been greatly
it's
exaggerated.
great, exaggerated. No, this is wonderful bar. If you like imported, exported beers, IPAs, called X Bar
Okay.
in Ginza. You need to go quick because it's closing after this month, but it's a pop-up bar.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a pop-up bar. You need to go now in Ginza. And when you walk in, it's connected next to a game room, like a game room by Tyco. So like on one side is the game room, but if you go to, it's called Antenna America.
Oh yeah,
And
I've been there. They got like American style hot dogs and shit there too.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, this was like 5 years ago though.
Oh, well that was in Shinagawa, right?
That one might have been in Yokohama.
Oh yes, you're right. They have one in Yokohama, they have one in Shinagawa, but the pop-up store in Ginza, which is super dope. You guys check that out, or check out the one in Yokohama, or Yokohama's not really Tokyo, but Yokohama or Shinagawa.
Okay.
And like it's dope. You go in there and you can. They have literally like freezers of beers and different alcohols that you can pick from. I myself, I'm not a beer drinker. I think it tastes terrible, but I will partake upon a cider. And they had like multiple ciders there.
I'm a cider drinker.
Yeah, they had multiple ciders, and I did that. And I had the blood orange cider from Ace.
They had a blood orange
Oh man,
cider?
it was delicious, bro.
I'd love to try that.
Oh man, you should try it.
No,
You should go.
seriously.
No,
We'll go.
Let's go.
Done.
Yeah, but it's X Bar and Antenna America. Go there, and I'm telling you,
I would
man,
be interested in going, especially if they have hot dogs. I would partake upon a hot dog.
It's been a while since I've had a good hot dog.
Usually they're hard to find, man.
They are good ones anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the hot dogs out here are not like American hot
they're not hot
dogs.
Yeah.
dogs. Sausage.
We need more snout, hoof.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Battle
Some,
products.
butthole mixed into that whole meat process. That's what
flavor,
makes a
man.
hot dog.
Yeah.
So,
Come on.
but yeah. Okay,
Nice.
dope, man. Yeah. Let me know if you guys go. I don't. I stopped drinking a few years ago, but more recently I've had like 4 or 5 drinks over the last few
We're in the
months.
same
so
boat.
I would do that.
I'm a cheap date, so it's good. Like 1 beer, 2 beers, I'm gone.
Yeah. That's enough for me. I had 2 highballs last night, and I woke up this
Did you
morning,
really?
like, and I was like, wow, this is not dope. Like this isn't how I want to wake up in the morning time. Just 2 highballs.
You're stronger than me. I couldn't do a highball.
When I was in the service, I flew from Canadian Forces Base Trenton to Canadian Forces Base Lahr, West Germany. And the first night that I was there, this would be late 70s, I got really drunk. This is back when I really did drink. And the next day, true story, I woke up in a farmer's field on my back with the dew in the morning, covered in my own vomit. And it was my first day in the country. I didn't know what city I was in. There was a road relatively near the farmer's field. To this day, I have no recollection. I remember being in this house of ill repute with some buddies from the unit, and that ended around 2 or 3 in the morning. And then I woke up 6, 7 a.m. when it was a Sunday, covered in my own puke, and Fortunately, I managed to stumble to the road. A Mercedes was driving past, and the nice owner thought, who is this 18-year-old Canadian asshole covered in vomit? I better drive him to the Canadian military base, which I happen to know is about 20 minutes from here.
Okay.
So I don't drink a lot, but back then I did.
I used to be really good at drinking.
I never
one of
was
the best.
Really?
One of the best.
Is it drink champ?
Yeah, I mean, I was up there, top tier. Like, I don't know. I drank for like 20 years, maybe.
Really?
More than that. I was sober for like over 2 years, and it wasn't because I was like a shitty alcoholic, like blackout drunk, but it just stopped working for me. And I'm the type of person that's like, I can't I can't moderate things very well. If I do something,
Do it to the max.
yeah, it's like, all right. Like last night, I meant to just have one highball. I was like, oh, I do another. But the only reason I didn't drink another is because there was not another around. So I got to be careful about that.
I stopped boozing in my early 30s. I still have a drink or two, but that's it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It must be done. But, okay. I want to let you guys know about a show. Namboku Records is going to have a showcase on December 26th, and that is going to be at Batika. There's going to be a lot of really dope jazz happening there and a lot of beats. Let's go ahead and end this portion of the podcast. How about let's go ahead, give Pigeon Does a shout out for all the beats in the background, and let's share some social media. Where we at?
You can find Tokyo Stash and Spade on YouTube. Tokyo Stash and Spade. Please subscribe, like our videos, leave comments. We do read comments and we do reply to the comments. Also, if you need any media production, graphics, or anything, please email us at displacemedia@gmail.com, or you can hit our Tokyo Stash and Spade email, which is
TokyoStashAndSpade.com.
yes,
That's
Tokyo
right.
Stash and Spade. Well, Stash and Spade at TokyoStashAndSpade.com, and you can send us any information in email. We also do pitches for people, so just let us know.
Tight. Yeah, and thank you for listening to episode number 134. Stay tuned for part B of this episode, where we're going to actually share some music and talk more about music. Let's go out to a new track by Lynn Mori, Tokyo-based producer, and Lou Villa. It's called Dedicated to Jay Dilla. Tokyo Hip Hop Art and Culture. Boom. Toilets and stuff, guys?
Yeah, I think that was a good A-side.
Word. Actually, got to hear about what you do this time, so that's dope. Would you like some water or anything?
No, I'm good, thank you. I'm just going to get pissed.